guys, we're in this 94 and bringing Glory Hercules for the Nintendo DS. This is something I want to do for a very long time. It was either that or do the Glory Hercules 4 on the Super Nintendo. I played a little bit. This is better. Let's start off with the beginning. Yes, so finally get into the game here. There is a lot of mechanics that actually makes the game quite unique, but at the same time it's really quite frustrating. So basically you start off as this character, you don't know who you are or what you are, you just pretty much find the coast. And this game is actually really heavy on storytelling, but at the same time, you should always concentrate on the battles. I actually, while watching this, running around circles. A lot of battles are very important, and you have to determine which are the best tactics, which is actually a nice feature for the Nintendo DS. Like, you can't just go battle after battle and do the same moves over and over. It doesn't work that way, which I'll explain later on. And I remember this feature all too well. Your characters fall off cliffs and living to tell about it. Luckily, you don't have to hit the stylus, but because this demonstration, you pretty much have to, and there's no way to avoid it. So you just go up to it and just press the A button. And you don't have to use stylus to move your character around, you can do that with the D-pad. Thank God. So it actually doesn't matter which choice you have. It only changes some of the dialogue, but doesn't impact on the game. And here we get a keepsake sword from our second character. Nice to have a weapon in the beginning parts. And into each new major battle, you get a chance to re-equip, use items, that sort of thing. Very handy. And again, there's no way to actually avoid this. You actually have to follow it. Again, I played this for a few hours when I done this recording, so it's pretty much standard. Very easy menu. I'll go more information on what this screen is showing you. So basically these are tactics. Just like the other Hercules games, there's a forward and backward, the back ranks. I find for these two characters here, they should always remain in front ranks. From other different Hercules games, you've probably seen, I'm not sure you've seen the videos on that, they equip almost any weapon. However, in this particular game of the DS, they only equip certain weapons. For example, the hero, which is you, can only equip swords and lances. And Lucas over there can equip daggers and bows. They cannot equip any others. They can equip certain equipment like shields and that. As you notice there from the other screen there, there's a lot of items to equip. And there's either. Now this is probably what's most unique for Glory Hercules game, unless for any game that I know of. You get mana, of course, but at the top there you see fire, earth, lightning, wind, sorry, ice or water, and there's right hand side there is your dark ether. What makes this unique is that every time you cast a spell, or sometimes an ability, it uses up that particular ether. If you use too much of it, for example, the game will warn you that you don't have this necessary to cast it, even though you can. If you decide to cast it anyway, let's say I want to cast like 3 fire spells at first rank, then you end up hurting yourself a lot. I may show you that later. So, first tier fire spell costs 1/1/1. I got enough. the way to build up your this types of ether is either using, of course, certain spells or abilities, or you win a battle. But each round you go to an enemy, it goes up. I think it goes up by 100, if I recall. So here, I'm using a fire spell because they're weak against a fire spell. His attack is pretty good. He's an attacker at this point. And there's the spell called Burn, and you notice there's some of my ether went away. It's also worth pointing out too that when enemies use spells abilities, that also goes up and down. Ether, so you have to be careful. And each time you use the ability, this shows up. That's resist. So this particular enemy, which I'm mistaken, is had magic resist against that particular spell. So now it sounds like a pink so far. Yeah, it actually is. So you get a point to say, which I will. Now, let you know too as well, there's a lot more to combat than meets the eye. No pun intended. A lot more. Pick Me Up is your, of course, your toy helmet. So they had toy helmets in boxes now. But Pick Me Up is pretty much, of course, what you think. It raises you from consciousness. I'm not sure if you found dialogue, but both of your characters are immortal, so they can't die, but they can be knocked out. And that particular screen you saw there, you notice at the bottom of the screen there, there's these two items. One shows herb, one shows unequipped. That's nice. Maybe I'll show you here. Yeah, so it says herb and not equipped. You can equip an item, for example, let's say you're stunned. If you equip an item that negates stun effects, you use it automatically, and the item will be used up. So it's actually quite a nice feature. Well, of course, you have to use item in combat as well, so. I'll be fighting flowers. I must tell you this anyway in combat. Some items had unique abilities. For example, I can equip a helmet that has what's a counter ability. That just means that I can counter abilities from enemies from now and then. There's an item that you can get later on that actually increases the effect, which is most effective. And here, you get the miss, so that just means that, no, just what the screen says there. In this case, particular screen shows up any time that ability for the first time shows up. Now these spells do get stronger. You can do pray and that sort of thing. It goes up by level, and you have to play this, I hate to say it, a really, I won't say stupid, but a pretty much annoying minigame. There's ML traits. So pretty much the flower is weak to fire, and you don't have to cast a spell to know that. You just have to use the ability or spell on the enemy screen at the top, and it will show the arrow go up or down. Down they're resistant, up they're weak. Very handy. You may say it's a freak peek ability. You notice there I did not name my character yet, or it's not named yet, so. So I'll get Weight Blossom. That just wakes you up. There are also herbs all over the map that might show up now and then, so nice to have to use for selling. And you run pretty weird. So the red screen there, powerful enemies appear. That means that there's a lot of powerful enemies that appear. In this case, if you ever get to this part of the fight, go all out. Don't hit. I mean, or even, don't even try to run, because the XP and the gold is worth getting. And I find that when I play these games, they're easy to get your mana back. MP will not be the problem, it will be the ether at the top. And if you ever run out of mana, you can always use items. So here's one. So that cost me some fire ether there. And a pretty weak kill. Lucas actually is a pretty good fighter and does have some good agility. And I fell asleep. And it's what it says there, once you fell asleep, more damage for physical attacks, but you gain some HP each round while you're sleeping. Dispatch is a really good ability. It's more often than not one of the better abilities to gain. So basically, if you have an ally that has this ability, there's a good chance that once enemy spell go down defeat, this dispatch ability will come up clean it. Well, most of the time. It'll be a physical attack anyway. So right now I'm just going around circles, trying to find the freaking way out here. So I got another powerful ability. Got powerful enemies now. So I'm not really too worried about this point, because I'm pretty much starting out. So like spells for attacking, there's spells that defend. You basically increase your strength, one for strength and intelligence. Let's see. There's magic resistance. Increase your defense, and also for buffing you up, you can also decrease the attributes on enemies. Like decrease defense, decrease agility, for example. You'll get a lot of spells in this game. It's almost, there's too many to say. And it fails to begin. Now in battle, you can go, you just fall back. It means you go back to the back row. You can wait to skip a turn. You can advance. Well, right now I can't advance because I'm already advanced. I'm at the front row. Much spamming the fire meter now. And in some cases, each round, if you have certain abilities like Vigor will increase your, okay. That's working X. I was about to say there, that's what I lost track. There's also auto. I'm not going to use auto in this game because you never know. And overkill. So you down the enemy and they're downed, But sometimes if an enemy's undead, it'll go back up by a few hit points. But if you overkill it, you get their mana from it, so you get your MP back, which again is not really a problem in this game. And they'll disappear. They'll come important later on, when I read about this game. Because a lot of undead come back, and sometimes if an enemy is still on the field, some enemies will bring them back to life with which half the hit points, so you don't want that. Sometimes taking out the monsters that revive is present over the enemies that have chunk hit points. And I got a lot of items. So Earth, Stone, Radiant Eye, I believe some of them might maybe go for blacksmithing. Again, I'll talk about that. And kudos for the walkthrough, because this something. Okay, I guess. So I'm just going to keep going here and get some experience. Wow, and do that. Oh yes, I remember these guys all too well from the third game. Water Nymph, Wind Nymph, Blondie Nymph? So like Local's got some issues, and apparently I don't talk much. Greetings, Hercules. The Deltwood. Yes, I am lost. So they sent a heroic spirit inside me. So I got some new party members against these powerful enemies. So the basis of here is there's different types of magic that the nymphs can cast, once they have other abilities. This is pretty much handled like a 5-party. Hint hint. So it shouldn't be too hard. But since I believe the nymphs actually have a good attack, so I'm just going to do that anyway. But this really doesn't matter if you use attacks or spells. They're pretty high at this point. And yep, that's the idea of nymphs. Playing, trickery, deceitful little... well, can't say it. Kind of here. So they like to cast illusions, so might as well keep going. Let's charge. I might use it now and then, but anyways, no big deal. Again, I played this, for example, for a few hours, and charge is pretty, well, weakish. And another reason why MP will be a problem, because flowers are freaking everywhere in this game. Get some of your MP back. Not HP, MP. And she's much jealous there. Yes, 30. And that's what I mentioned before. If you don't have enough magic to cast a certain spell, the game may warn you. You can still cast it, but you're pretty much up the creek without a paddle, if you know what I mean. Prometheus. We're gonna hear that name a lot. A lot. So look, she stores everything to us. So yeah, so that's what I was talking before with the stylus. If you want, so this basically shows you how to increase your abilities, either magic or physical attacks, for example. Okay, you don't have to do it. You click on auto. But later on, this is from the stylus, you can raise your abilities magic by 3. And you're going to need it, especially for boss fights and certain enemies. So here's one of them right now. Now I'm going to let you know, guys, that I am not using a real Nintendo DS, even though I have one, because it doesn't get equipped with video features. I'm using the emulator, and right now I'm using the mouse to drag these numbers here. I am probably going to fail a lot of these games, because a lot of the games later on require like fast reflexes, and instead of, well, pointing with the stylus, I'll be using the mouse, and that takes I'll be losing a half a second in some games such as this. For frost spells, I have to hit 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and normally with a regular DS, just keep tapping, just quick. But see, because I'm using a mouse, I have to drag it, which is a waste of the last seconds. So I may get the high levels, I may not. And here is the Earth abilities. These here is not too bad. You have to wait till they go in the middle, and just and the more you miss, the more that the less of the ability is against the enemies. You don't want to do that. But here is the easiest. This hasn't been used to win either. You have to keep tapping as quickly as you can until your DS screen just stops functioning. Okay, go tap 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 tap. I don't know about you guys, but see all the text down below there? Oh, there's twice. Wait. Increase likelihood certain reactions will succeed. So that's up to you. I was about to say, before I get interrupted, when the text you saw there, that's pretty much a log of what's happening. Some people like it, I don't, and I don't care. All I do is pay attention to the lines. For the hit points, and the blue one for the magic points. If I can't cast a spell, I have the only one for magic, gain War Meat, that's good enough. So this opinion, that's actually a blacksmith item for use for crafting. And with the nymphs, they got rid of the bushes there. Oh yeah, kudos to the nymph princess, by the way, for telling me I could use a stylus. I mean, sheesh. That's very nice of her. And here's another path. And that should lead me some chests. I'm not sure I mentioned earlier, but there's a lot of items in the game. The max we get is 200, and that's each of different kind. So I'm not too worried as it is. Oh my god. Something that I'm going to do later on in the run. I'll mention in the YouTube description later on. You don't have to worry about grinding in this game, trust me. However, what I might have to do is increase the XP, but only by 2. But I'm pretty sure I'm confident. But we'll have to wait and see. I'll let you guys know again. And I got the sturdy branch. That's not a weapon. That's just a stick, like in the forest. I believe that's for blacksmithing. I mean, the enemies in this game drop so many items. So, fun fact, when you use heal items, it actually, you think that it's good. Actually, it fills up your dark ether and decrease everything else by a small margin. Go figure. And get rid of this little pest. So I'm not going to use the stylus because the little nymphs here actually got strong magic. So yes, just like in the other game that Super Nintendo for Hercules, some enemies got slash resist or slash weakness and one resist, one weakness. And don't touch resist, okay. So you pretty much have to burn them or use something against wood. And the different weapons I was talking about before. Okay. Boon is an ability that you sometimes get after the first turn. It greatly increases your mana. I believe the hero has a cape on, has that, so I'm just going to leave it on him. I was talking about the different weapons in this game. I mentioned about the hero and the thief girl. Other weapons include, let's see, the axe and claw weapons, and there's also staffs and scythes or skits. And I got another one. I'm just letting you know right now that I'm not using any codes. If I use any codes, it'll probably be XP, but that's pretty much it. The money situation is not really that important. Because as you see there, my name is defeated. They dropped a lot of gold as it is. And camping. So this wasn't in the other game. I'm not sure what Hercules 4 for Super Nintendo. You need an item to camp. It of course increases your HP and MP and all that, just like houses in Final Fantasy 1. College's house and tent. So this game so far is very generous for the items. Extremely generous, I should say. Oh. And at this point right now, the only threat is the log. Now, I can't remember. Yeah, that's the charge ability for the flies. So he's given a big hunk of wood orders. So yeah, where wood? I'm gonna cut it. Once removed. So yeah, the nymphs get a good attack there. And what's this? Yeah, so that's also useful. So if a character or enemy's in the back row, they'll get their mana back, at least some of it. Very handy. Not handy if a certain weapon you can't reach. For example, if I put my main character in the back row, he won't be able to attack unless he has an ability he's gonna have to attack. Well, we probably have the ball, but you can't hit those. And there's dispatch. Very, very useful ability. Drain. Drain, also must have had. No, thank you, yes. So what I'm going to probably do next runs here, I'm not going to... I know I talk a lot, but I'm just going to give you an explanation of this game here. Pretty much the game pretty much tells you what's going to happen, unless ability-wise, and spells and that sort of thing. And if you're not sure what an ability does, you can actually go to the menu and go to glossary. And there's some slums there. And I also tell you gods, their past, that sort of thing. So it's really nice to have. Well, I'm not going to use it. I played the other 3 games, and I pretty much know the gist of the gods. That's Cargon. It's Cargon, alright. And the rusty items make another appearance in this game. If you don't know already, rusty items like a rusty sword, rusty claw, rusty axe, rusty dagger, you need to have it identified, have it polished in a town, but not all towns will have it. And more often than not, rusty items are actually pretty good. And this pretty much shows you all the different way to use items. And just like the other game, the nymphs leave, or at least the Super Nintendo version that I played, they die and they leave. So here, this is the book I was talking about before, about the glossary and the past, and the gods, and that sort of thing. I'm gonna let you know too, this video was actually extended because of of course, being part 1. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that's a lot of items in the game, a lot of equipment. A lot of equipment can be, I won't say upgraded, but they can be what's called enhanced. Is that the word for it? Yeah, through alchemy. And actually what that does, with a little bit of money, you can bring out the features that particular item has. Again, not all items will be alchemized, if that's even a word, which can be beneficial. So even you might pick up, let's say, a weapon that might be 50 plus attack, and have nothing as your current weapon, it may have something that actually could be better. Let's say dispatch, for example. Then you might be better off just keeping that weapon. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend just a few minutes I'm going to tell you something. The controls in the town are atrocious. If you try to spin that around, it will screw up your D-pad. This is not a joke. I've seen Breath of Fire 3 and 4 handle this much better, but if you twist it around, try to go the direction you're going, it will screw the hell of your controls trying to go which way to go. That's bad. So I was about to say before, I don't know. So this is about an hour. So again, this is actually the first part. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try and cut it. But I'm gonna let you know that the battles in this game can be quite long, longer than it should. I can't get this guy going. So yeah, so this is part 1. I actually hope you enjoyed the video because we just started off from a great series, especially with the DS. So this is Winner 74, and I'll see you soon, guys. You take care of yourselves.